Greetings, you guys. So, first off, I apologize about the fact that my laptop is really slow and really laggy. So, fortunately, there won't be any breaks in what I'm saying, but there will be a lot of breaks in the movement. For instance, you can see me, it's like, it's pretty sad. Need a new computer pretty soon. Um, but anyway, I used to have a small following on YouTube. My name was LoreMaster8953. And I talked about something called MGTOW, which is an acronym for Men Going Their Own Way. And, you know, basically, we talked about how feminism has sort of seemed to have driven the expectation of women through the roof. Um, we talked about how marriage isn't really worth it for men, how men are being increasingly more skeptical of relationships, and um, how a lot of men are just opting out of the whole ordeal. That's what we used to talk about. Um, but I kind of wanted to talk about something that was closer to my heart, and that's why I started this new channel. And I realize, I remember what it was like to try to gain traction, if you will, to try to gain subscribers. It's a really slow process at first. But without further ado, my first video, talking about how happiness is a discipline. The way that I see this is that we really can't, that the only way that we can have a life is, and I'm not talking about have a life in the sense of have a life as in do things. That's not really what I'm talking about. To actually really have a life is if we experience our life. As if we experience it. It's our experience. But experience is a battleground between what happens to us and our biases. We are constantly interpreting the world around us according to our biases, according to what we think, and according to our philosophy, about life. It could be said that our experience is literally folding around our philosophies about life. And it's not really the other way around. Suffice to say that the world around us doesn't have as much power as we have inside our own heads. And especially in America, it's very much so about the material gain. It's a very extroverted society. And it's all about what's on the outside. And it really is about all about material gain. And people seek after objects. Like these objects have more power over how they feel than they have power over how they feel. And to me, a lot of people are making this philosophical assertion without really realizing it. That objects have more power over how you feel than you have over how you feel. And of course, there's a physiological aspect to this as well. If you have a headache and you take some medicine for the headache, you could say that object, that pill, had more power over how I feel than I have power over how I feel. But I'm not so much talking about the physiological aspect of that. There are parts of this that we can't control. I'm talking about happiness in general. And disciplining yourself to be happy can be a pretty hard thing. It can be a pretty strenuous thing at times. But if experience really is that battleground between our biases and what happens to us, then in my mind, if we really could discipline ourselves to be happy in any situation. Circumstances don't matter. Only state of being matters. And even if you were to go out and constantly seek things on the outside, material gain, gratification of various kinds, self-validation, from other people. You would still, all those things would still be to affect your state of being. But if you gave yourself power, if you really did think that your thoughts had more power over how you feel than anything else on the outside, if you really did think that, then you wouldn't have the need to go out on the outside. You wouldn't have the need to go out on the outside to get a permission slip from other people to feel a certain way. You could just, instead of going out and then in, you could just stay in and discipline yourself to be happy. That's just kind of my take on it, and this is kind of an introductory video. I will be talking about more things as time goes on. If you like the video, please like, subscribe, comment. So yeah, that's it. Take care.